because you and I are basically the same age, and we've both had mentors and we both mentored. But I have a question for you. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received from another coach? Describe that to me.
Yeah, again, it revolves around Mike Holder, but in 1989, I had been hired in 1987, and in 89, we went and put a bid down for the national championship. We wanted to host it at the championship golf course at the University of New Mexico. And that was when we put the bid down, they had just shifted gears to a qualifying format where you would have regionals to qualify for the national championship. So at that time, there would be 3 regionals, one in the West, one in the Central, and one in the East. Well, we got the national championship in 1992, and I had a really nice team with Tim Herron and Brian Corton and a guy named Jason Pena and a couple others. And I had a really nice team. It was a top 20 team, but the West Coast was loaded, and I was really worried about qualifying for that 92 NCAAs because we poured over $500,000 into the clubhouse and building a pavilion and all kinds of different things to get ready for the national championship. But lo and behold, we had to go to Tucson National to try to qualify. And at that time, 9 teams advanced from the West, 10 teams advanced from the Central, and 11 teams advanced from the East. And that was just based on the number of teams in each area. Well, on the West Coast, there was 18 teams in the tournament, and 10 of them were in the top 20. So I was particularly worried that we might not get out, even though I had a really good team. So I was belly aching about it, and Mike Holder heard me belly aching about it, and he told me, he said, Johnny, they're not going to change that rule for you. They're not going to invite you to play in that tournament. You're going to have to go down there, and you're going to earn it. Your guys are going to have to earn it. And I was thinking, at the time, I'm a Class A PGA pro. I was kind of thinking in terms of how the PGA Tour was and how it was in the early 70s and 60s, where if they hosted the Phoenix Open at Phoenix Country Club, they would invite the head pro at Phoenix Country Club as a sponsor's exemption in the tournament, just so he could play in front of his members on a tour event. But I was hoping that the NCAA might do that for the host. Holder told me that was not going to happen. And he gave me probably the best advice I ever got as a coach. And that was that he said, Johnny, your team's going to feed off of you. So if you're going to behave like you're behaving right now and you are worried about advancing to the national championship and you feel like you might not get it done, you're exactly right. You're going to go down there and that's exactly what's going to happen. He said, but I will tell you this, if you go down there and you make it your business to have a lot of fun, if you make it your business to treat your guys right, have great dinners, maybe go to a movie, get them relaxed, and you go down there and you just enjoy yourself as much as you can in Tucson, at the Omni Tucson National. He said, you go down there and do that, and I have a good feeling I think you'll get through. That's exactly what I did. And my team played really as good as we could possibly play. I think we finished 5th. And one of the team, well, Arizona State had Phil Mickelson. Arizona had what was going to then be the national championship team with Harry Rudolph and Manny Zerman and David Bergano and Rob MacGyver. I mean, they were, and a certain guy named Jim Furyk that won the national championship that year. But the bottom line was my guys played great. And I owe that to Mike Holder, but it left an indelible mark on me. And that was my team was going to feed off me. And the way I behaved at tournaments gave them the opportunity to either success or fail. And it was my choice at that point. So that was singularly the best advice I ever got. I'm always appreciative of that. And he was, Mike Holder's been a blessing for a lot of people, and I'm one of them.